Yes, that was a short remembrance of the day yesterday. She was singing at some UN Congress in the memory of the worst attack on Israel in a modern time. I saw and heard her sing there. So it's, for me, it's somewhat a case of itself to be reminding. Let me write that. Reminding. Reminding people about, because I think people get tired. It's natural to get tired and bored from certain issues. People think that it's less important. The more you talk about it, it seems to be less important. It can be that way. But my screen is too low. I don't have this phone that is taken both sides. I don't know whether you can bring them home in both Hebrew and English. I bought it in Israel, so I wanted to have it. And I saw a lot of this, bring them home. I didn't remove it from any post, but they were on the streets. A lot. I have a bunch of them. I was picking them up as I was picking up the flags of Israel that was thrown. There were flags of Israel all over. So I was picking them up, cleaning them up a little bit. Now they are for sale to a big price. But I will remind both myself, of course, even though it's a heavy burden, you want to get rid of this history that is so tormenting in of itself. You want to continue further on. You don't want to stay stuck in a bad memory. But in honor, in homage to those that had the direct impact of this onslaught of genocidal organization. It's and people here in Norway, they don't find it so amusing. It's not entertaining. It's just shocking, and people don't want to pick sides between the suffering in Gaza and the suffering in Israel. I totally agree to that, and I don't want to, but something is very distorted about the moral. The moral of this, why should it be awkward to remind people of what happened? Thus, now this have been bleaked into, as all the flags that I saw in Israel, they were worn out. torn to pieces. I picked them up. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget. This is a statement reminding, don't forget. I think I write that too. Do not forget. I think it's something worthwhile, because as the Second World War with the Holocaust, the slaughter of 6 million Jews, if not more. 6 million Jews is stamp. It's engraved thing. Never forget that. And I heard one of the speeches said she is a child of Holocaust survivors, and she lived with Never Again throughout her years, all the time. Never again Holocaust. Now it happened again. Even though people didn't forget. At least they didn't forget. I think the world tried to forget it. It's part of the not taking a stand. They want to forget. If you can take a stand, you won't forget it. You will be reminded every time that it's important to be reminded. This is because of that, and we have to understand the bigger picture, the broader picture. We don't go into details like the media is doing today, only portraying the suffering in Gaza without any moral context. What is the context? Is that Israel is killing civilians in Gaza, civilians in Lebanon. I think that is something that people can't really be brave enough to confront. This is not killing spree of any decent nation that just defend themselves. No, it's just a nation that does what it needs to be done in order to protect and preserve peace and order. So if they see a lot of killing by Israel, of course, many civilians are dead. Of course, Israel is in a way responsible for that. But in the other side, if you look at it in a broader perspective, you will see that who waged this war? Just ask yourself a question. Be honest about it. Be brave about it. Take a stand. Be reminded of which context this is. And I see all the debates that are on the internet, and seems that people are losing their mind. Like this lady, Eden Golan, that she is losing her mind. But they are losing their mind because they only see just the fragment for the whole picture. Yet, why is there so much suffering in Gaza? If not, it was for Hamas. if you have a genocidal organization, what certain proofs is there for a genocidal organization? It's that they are digging tunnels. Why would an organization build tunnels when they are preserving or governing the people? Why would they dig tunnels? It's as if the government of Norway didn't align themselves with the people of Norway, and were digging tunnels in order to attack Sweden. We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't consent to that, because Sweden poses no threat to Norway. Why would Norway dig tunnels against Sweden and build bridges over to Sweden, tunnels into Sweden, and so on, and have aeroplanes crashing down on Sweden? No, there is no threat from Israel. They have, yes, be silent, and we will be stopping this. Give our hostages back and you will be good. But they never did that. All the weapons, that is another sign. Why would the organization have weapons into some place, small place like Gaza, having 2.5 million citizens? Why would they have a lot of weapons and shoot against some country that doesn't pose any threat? Would Israel be happy for that? Would the people of Gaza be happy for that? I doubt that. Now, look what has happened. So many civilians have been sacrificed for that kind of a genocidal intent of killing all the Jews, getting rid of Israel, which they have stated over and over again. It baffled me. How come the Western media never portrayed that statement? We want the end of Israel. Why is that so taboo labeled that we can't talk honestly about what they want? It would put them in a bad state, and the more we protect them by, no, it's not that, it's just a slogan, it's just a political slogan, you never take that seriously. That is like you have children that can't be responsible for what they are saying or not saying. It's like protecting for whatever reason that is. It seems to be that those that are hiding the fact what Hamas and all the terrorists are saying are siding with them. Siding with them. It's gross how they can side with an organization that is just so evil, so violent. How can they push the civilians in front and hide in that way what the Hamas is doing? You see, the name Hamas is evil or violence. It's translated in the Bible, it's used in the Bible. Hamas is violence. That's the true word for that. And Hamas, by whatever coincidence that they named their own organization for violence. It's odd. It's a strange world. Be reminded, even though it's so hard to be reminded of something so evil, so violent, we should never forget. Do not forget. I think that is something after a year and a day. This should never go into a bleakage history. It should be staying in our remembrance forever. Yes, in honor of the Jewish people that are always blamed, always accused for wrongdoing, for whatever evil have come up. They are to blame. They have even Jewish people that are blaming Israel. Israel detonated the pagers, was blamed for genocidal intent. Pagers that only those from Hezbollah had, only them would carry a pager. They exploded and some were killed, some were mortally or very badly wounded. So they were out of the game, in a way. And this Nasrallah, it was condemned. The killing of Nasrallah in a 6-story building. They used bombs that penetrated the ground many meters down below. He was not killed by a direct hit either. It was proven or shown that he was killed by the explosion, the lack of air or the impact of the shock wave of that bomb. He was killed by that, not by a direct hit. So this evil entity seems to have some evil entity protecting them, avoiding the direct. But I think, as I have said something before, which is, I think it's very profoundly true, and it's a biblical term. I told the Jewish lady which I met in the town, be strong. I think it's a secret to be calm and be strong. And I have seen many individuals standing very calmly and strong. It seems to be as more calm they are, the more strong they seem to be. And when they act forcefully and very determined and precise. And that is what Israel should show. And I think they have shown it up to now, even though they have been pressured. But people that are pressured, governments that are pressured, shouldn't be subjected, put themselves in a position that they become subjected to pressure. I don't believe in people or other governments pressuring or interfering in this kind of war, which is waged by terrorists that have overtaken Lebanon. Lebanon is flat regarding Hezbollah. They are so strong, even though Israel have to take them out. And I think that the whole world will be a better place with them not existing. Hamas not existing. People may cry, people may pose pressure over Israel. But Israel shouldn't put themselves in a position where they are pressured or dictated or allowed or something. They should be the best advisor for themselves, even though that seems to be contrary to any normal behavior, that you don't you don't put yourself in that position. It seems to be not logical or not good, But I think that people that want to restrain a country that is in war without waging war shouldn't be guided in that way. Now you need to hold back. Now don't escalate, don't escalate. That is for Israel. That is only regarding Israel. The enemy can do whatever they want. It's like giving the enemy a message. You can do whatever you like, do what you want, and we will only restrain Israel because they are so strong. You will never imagine. And by doing that, they in fact help Israel in a way because they put fear in the enemy. But at the same time, it doesn't help Israel, considering all the eventualities. The only thing that Israel should mind is protecting themselves. And when they hit precise, so that no civilians, other those that are imprisoned or joining or attending or siding with the terrorists, are killed. It's a choice, even though it's in the hardest time. Not everybody sides with the Shah of Iran or the Irani government. There have been demonstrations against the government of Iran. Even in Gaza, there were demonstrations against Hamas, even though they can be killed. And I bet they have been killed. All the PLO that was governing Gaza before were killed, even though they hated Israel. But they were killed by Hamas. So people should be reminded. I know I'm tiring people. They don't want to look at my videos. I know, I understand. I wouldn't look at them myself. It's not that interesting to be reminded of something that people should have a strong moral opinion about. It should be a big moral issue of today, but seemingly people are entertaining themselves with other mundane matters. It's just they want to please themselves, they want to enjoy themselves, and never be reminded of something that is unjust. If they can send some money to Gaza by Save the Children, the organization Save the Children, or UNRWA, they are so proud and happy, and moral posers that they have given so much money to people that are suffering. Those that are suffering, I bet, in some cases, it is deliberate. It is Hollywood, because they know how to act in order to gain naive people like you, their attention, their sympathy. I heard that some of the Gazans children, they were masked, like with blood and limbs that were not there, and all the bandage that was, and after the video take, they went back and played with their phones, even iPhones. I can't afford an iPhone. I can, but I don't want to afford an iPhone, which is very, very costly. I don't want to say anything bad about iPhone. It is a good product, but it is unnecessarily costly. That is my opinion. So I will remind even iPhone just to adjust their prices. Samsungs I don't want even to comment. That is how bad I think of Samsung. But we should all be reminded of the case of Israel. They are fighting a And they are fighting a war they can't win. In fact, they will be slain, they will be deemed wrong, they will be judged unfairly. They will never win a battle with the people that are watching. It's like the hooligans are taking over the football and ripping the football apart and put each part in their own goal and say, we won, we won. It's a hooligan attention and those that are judging Israel are hooligans. And there is my opinion of you. So I have no more to say to this today. I will remind, I lit a candle, I pray for Israel. I can advise, I recommend, do the trip to Israel, show your solidarity. Be reminded of that Israel is in a place where you never have been. No country have been in that place. So who are you to judge Israel in this very hard way that you have been judging Israel all the way without being in their shoes? Okay, I wish you all shalom, peace, and be reminded.